Hello and welcome to this week's post-E3 news show. Coming up, we've got big changes to the Paragon and Renegade system in Mass Effect Andromeda and whatever the hell is going on with Resident Evil 7's mystery finger. But first, let's find out about Titanfall 2's free DLC. E3 brought us plenty of new Titanfall 2 news, including the fact that all the multiplayer DLC maps and modes will be free post-launch, which is great news if you like jumping in big robots and crushing people with metal feet. I spoke to Respawn's co-founder Vince Zampella and he told me it was all about keeping the community intact so everyone can play together without having to pay extra to join in or get new gear. It's also about making sure that gamers like you are happy with the game you pay for. However, there is a catch. DLC and post-launch stuff does cost money, so where is that going to come from? Well, Respawn haven't quite decided that yet. When I asked Vince if it was going to come from cosmetic items, he admitted that we haven't got everything solved yet, so that's why it's really hard to talk about it. One thing you won't see is any pay-to-win stuff, with Respawn Entertainment's head of development, David Whiteman, making it clear that it wasn't going to be an option, stressing that online experiences would be ruined, and I quote, by some kid who spent an extra $40 on the game. So expect maybe some nice robot hats or some paint jobs to splash the cash on. Now, in other news, it turns out that God of War's gameplay reveal had more than a few secrets with a flying creature, horned ghost and a giant snake snuck in right under our noses. Also on the secret front, the 8 seconds of Visceral's Star Wars game has confirmed it takes place near Mos Eisley from the original film, and The Last Guardian is definitely absolutely finally coming out because it's got a collector's edition that will give you your very own cat, bird, dog thing. Resident Evil is back and the 7th game in the series is pulling quite the PT with a surprise demo launch at E3 and a new first-person perspective. I've actually played it in PSVR and I can tell you it's way scarier than watching it on screen. However, what's really caught people's attention is trying to find a hidden ending. So far there are 2 main ways to finish the demo, leaving the house at the back door or answering a phone upstairs, but fans are pulling at every possible thread to find another. There's a ghost, for example, that appears in specific places, an axe that has no real use, and people are convinced there are messages hidden in the game's theme song that can be heard when you play it backwards. There are also numbers on a videotape in the game that some people thought might actually be coordinates. They actually match up to a town called Transylvania in Louisiana, and I'm not making this shit up, but no one found anything there. People have also tried setting their PS4s to different dates, analysing the 3 different phone messages, and so far there's nothing. What is driving everyone mad so far though is the finger. This severed digit has a key-like section but no apparent use, and people are literally crawling around every surface in the game with it, convinced it'll unlock a final surprise. My theory, however, is that after PT was cracked in hours instead of the planned weeks, Resi's final secret will be patched in later. Now, if you think you know where to stick the finger or have any thoughts on anything else in this week's show, let me know via Twitter @LeonHurley or @GamesRadar. What springs to mind when you think of Mass Effect? Space, obviously, Krogans, making the sexy with whoever will let you, and of course decisions. The series is made of them, and in the past it's all been controlled by the Paragon and Renegade system, a clearly defined axis of right or wrong that clarify your choices, saving people good, punching that journalist bad. However, the upcoming Mass Effect Andromeda will be ditching such polar opposites in favour of what Mac Walters, the game's creative director, is calling shades of grey. While he says the old Paragon and Renegade system was a core part of who Shepard was, he thinks that gamers expect something a little more sophisticated these days. Because of that, the next game will be moving away from the old left or right, red or blue, kill or save system, and instead decisions will be less obviously right or wrong. The idea is to engage people more and give them a sense of choice, and it makes sense really because as games get more sophisticated at telling stories, such binary options can feel a little stunted. It means that Mass Effect Andromeda could be less about right and wrong and more about which choice you hate the least, which already has me stressed just thinking about it. Anyway, that's all we've got time for this week. If you have any questions, you can tweet me @LeonHurley or leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more gaming videos.